Welcome to the Brothers and Sisters podcast. This is what's coming up next, so stay tuned.
Okay, this is another part, like Cream, you know that song, like So Good, like, you know that song. And it's like, it's always women waiting to be like, to be one to like, oh, if he wipes me, if I do this, he'll wipe me. I need to be the best at this. I need to look like this. And I think, you know, in the world that we're living in, it is powerful for a woman to say like, yeah, I leave you. I choose to be with you. Yeah, you have fake numbers. You know, I love the line where she says, when he asks me like, whose is it? I spell my name. Like that is just power. Like
DJ Academics, who no one has actually ever seen DJ, which is funny. He's kind of like a personality. Like he had something to say about Megan Thee Stallion, specifically that she was had mediocre rapping skills, was celebrated because of quote unquote this whole black girl magic thing happening that celebrates victimization. Those things I think I'm probably going to be in accordance with the ladies with and disagreeing with. He did say she has mediocre albums, which I actually agree with him on. Like, I feel like they are mediocre albums.
You got no mics in the source, bro. No mics. No mics.
But I think outline and actually going into this is actually kind of sort of a nice appetizer into our next segment, which will of course be Cosby. There's still kind of sort of this underlying like black men, resentful, jealous, unable to cope with success of black women that I've seen go. It's kind of hard to ignore. Me and Walter, we joke about the massage attack, but I think Academics is maybe 33% right here in the sense that I think her albums are not great. As somebody who listens to, I have to listen to all. In fact, I'm late with my mid-year album review right now. Shantae, I'm 40, but I only listen to rap music still, so people look at me funny. They're like, you're too old to just be listening to rap music. And I'm like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only thing I listen to. Mm-hmm. What do we think? Is Megan Thee Stallion?
I'm dying to hear what Coach thinks first.
Is Megan Thee Stallion
those questions? What do you need to get off your chest?
So to me, I think that her lyrical skills are minimal. Is she an attractive woman? Absolutely. But other than her assets, what is she bringing? What is she talking about?
She's talking about intimate partner violence.
Bluntly.
I'm sorry?
Oh, she's talking about sex. What else?
But she also talks about intimate partner violence. She used her platform on Saturday Night Live to talk about respecting Black women. She wrote in the New York Times.
Lyrically.
Okay, but you asked a general question, Coach, so I answered you general.
Okay. Yeah. She did use her platform during Saturday Night Live to highlight domestic violence and a very specific situation. Quasi dropped out. Look at that.
It got too real.
Yeah, right? He ran.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that lyrically speaking, full stop. Dude, she's garbage. Like, she's garbage. No mics.
Garbage.
No mics. She's good. Look. She's good for my Saturday class, right? But there's no lyrical skill. There's none.
You mean body out?
That's it. That's exactly it. That's the song that I play in my hip hop class on Saturday. That's it.
That's our spin class song. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Other than that, I can't. No, I got nothing. You know, I just think that should she be protected and covered because she's a Black woman? Absolutely, right? The most unprotected creature on earth is Black women, right? But the other side of that is what is she talking about? Like, her music's garbage. Like, it's garbage.
So I want
she's not Queen Latifah. She's not MC Light, right? She's got no game. None. Just like these mumble rappers we were talking about the other day. What did you say? I invented to rap about nothing. Yes, you probably do rap about nothing. And it's nothing.
I'm sorry I fell off. I felt like I just got back in the middle of a rant though. So
No, Shantae wanted to go next. Shantae.
Yeah.
I want to answer your general question though. What has she done? She's done a lot. She does a lot when it comes to empowering women. She gives a lot of money away for scholarships, for schools, for entrepreneurs. She does a lot of different campaigns to bring more businesses to give money to Black women. So she does a lot outside of just her rap. But if we're talking about her rap and kind of what DJ Academics was saying, I don't think he was right in a lot of the shit. I think a lot of it was more so him being the hater that he is. But there was, when he talked about being objective, I think a lot of times we're not objective when it comes to music. We like our favorite artists, whether they trash or not, whether they have the lyrical ability or not. But so there's a little bit of, he's a little right there at being objective because, you know, sometimes.
Well, she got 5 mics in the source.
But I personally, let me get to that. I personally, I don't necessarily listen to Meg's music. I just don't listen to a lot of music that's mad sexually explicit. It's just not my cup of tea. And when I listen to her, to me lyrically, she's not the greatest, but she's better than a lot of other artists out here. And I think she does deserve.
What makes her better than other artists? So she's better than Cardi B and Nicki Minaj? Give her a contemporary.
Well, listen,
can I
you
say
say
something?
Nicki is Nicki. You can't. I don't know why we always want to compare other women to.
Because she's contemporary.
it's a good
Because I
point.
compare the men.
Well, she's half
Yeah,
Trinidadian.
BK
So we know what we're dealing with here. But
There we go.
I compare.
There we go. I was
BK
waiting
Minaj.
for that. I was waiting for
But
that.
can I add to this point where, like, I know the no mics or the mics or whatever. I am the opposite of Shantae. I listen to just ratchetness for no reason. And my playlist is unfortunate in the workplace. The day that my AirPods drop out is the day I will walk myself out. But I will say, as like our generation, we grew up on Little Kim, right? And grew up on Little Kim. We grew up on what's her Adina Howard. Okay. To me, maybe it's not like the greatest lyrics, it's catchy, but I do think that there is something empowering when women own their sexuality and they're unapologetic about it. And I think that those voices need to be heard. I really do appreciate, for me as an adult, I do appreciate that she owns like herself and her sexuality. And I think that's really important. And look, honestly, some really good workouts have happened because of Megan Thee Stallion. So I want to thank her for that.
There's also
that is important. You taking your power back. She takes her power back as a woman.
But who is she taking it back from?
She's taking it back from, okay, here's the thing. Sorry. And maybe, okay. One, I think that in broad generalizations, men very much own in rap, in all forms of music, about how many girls they run through, how they don't care, how girls are nothing but, let's think about Dr. Dre, like Dr. Dre, remember, like, bitches ain't nothing but tricks and hoes, like all of that. So let's own that, okay? We have a culture, let's talk about like, if I hit it one time, I'm gonna like her. If I hit it 2 times, I'm gonna, like all that, right? And girls are just supposed to sit there and be like, okay, okay, this is another part, like Cream, that song, like So Good, like, that song. And it's like, it's always women waiting to be like, oh, if he wipes me, if I do this, he'll wipe me. I need to be the best at this. I need to look like this. And I think, in the world that we're living in, it is powerful for a woman to say like, yeah, I leave you. I choose to be with you. Yeah, you have fake numbers. I love the line where she says, when he asks me like, whose is it? I spell my name. Like that is just power. Like I own this. And I think more women need to own it. We need to enjoy having sex. We need to start treating guys like guys and being like, look, everybody's not your forever. Sometimes girls want to have fun too. And it doesn't make us less of ladies. And we need to have this conversation.
And I want to point back to what you said, enjoy having sex, because a lot of women
don't.
Men do not satisfy women. It's a lot of women out
Richmond, Virginia.
it's a lot of women out here that don't know what it feels like to, reach that.
And doesn't that make you sad?
It's sad. It's very sad. So for her to take that back, it's I think it's amazing and dope because it makes women think about, what pleasure looks like for them.
And you know what I also like about that is the fact that it's not often talked about, but she graduated from college and got her master's because her mother and her grandmother did that. And to me, and hear me out because coach, I see it in your face. But I do think it also shows the multitudes of being a Black woman, that she can have a hot girl summer, but she's also in school, graduating, handling her business, writing articles in the New York Times. So maybe she doesn't have mics, but there are some things that I think we should be proud of.
And then Megan has lost her parents.
The article was about her lack of lyrical ability.
And that's
what I'm saying. The article was about all that shit's great. I'm glad. Fuck who you want. I love it. Go be a slut. Take numbers at the door.
Hey, no slut shaming on this show.
Look, true story. If she wrote a big enough check, I'll line up. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is, right? All I'm saying is that it is lyrically speaking.
Yeah.
Getting a pass, right?
Well, then all these other rapper niggas getting passes too.
For nothing. For nothing. Stir fry. The song is called Stir Fry.
So
I agree.
So there are a couple of things, there are a couple of facets to this. There's one part of the story that I forgot to add. And it probably will add some context. I think academics said this. If you guys remember, the BET Awards were last week. I missed them shockingly. But Megan Thee Stallion has a song that's popular, which I haven't heard, with Khaled and the Baby. Her and the Baby had a little back and forth. Where I guess the Baby
is. I don't even know who that is.
He fucked with Tory Lanez because
yes, he did, and he
shot somebody and got away with it.
Why are you giggling? She got shot, Ozzy.
Joke.
Got shot.
But it's still a joke, right? And then, of course, and I think this is part of it, what Nicole was talking about, what Shantae's talking about, she didn't just let that pass. She addressed that. And she was like, a lot of industry cats, they're one way in your face and another way behind your back. And of course, the Baby, who's always shooting somebody and having to deal with a case, who's like, I'm not an industry cat. And so that ended up having a back and forth. I think a lot of this is a kind of sort of know your place. There's a lot of that to it. You're getting a pass because you're a woman. And I think a lot of that's being said. She did get shot. I'm not laughing at her being shot. I'm laughing at the Baby's tasteless joke. Maybe I shouldn't be laughing at tasteless jokes. But when I first saw the beef, I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. And I still think it's funny. But the crime itself was bad. Do we think that there is a kind of sort of this isn't what you're supposed to be doing as a result of her meteoric rise in success, in spite of what I think we all admit are okay lyrics at best?
So here's my take on it. In 2021, I can make a catchy beat and put a fucking TikTok on it, and the world is gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
15 years ago, she wouldn't even have made the top 50, the top 100. Right?
Yeah.
There are exceptions to the rule, right? They said Beyonce's album was not gonna get nothing, and the bitch had 8 number ones. So there are exceptions to every rule.
I'm sorry, that's queen bitch to you. Thank you. Respect Beyonce on this.
The Beehive. Look out, hey brother, look out for the Beehive, man. Don't do it.
Listen,
Don't do it.
I'm saying that there are exceptions to every rule.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I'm telling you that her lyrics are garbage.
I don't feel that I'm an appropriate person to be in this conversation because
I don't rap.
I just like beats.
Right? I get out freestyling. Right? And that's not even my craft. She's got the skill level 0. None.
That's the thing. Who's the judge? Who the fuck is the judge to say if you got good lyrics or not?
Easy. I can read them. I can look at them. It ain't hard to tell if the lyrics are good or not.
Well, who's the judge? Well, then
Savage.
if we're gonna say she's mediocre, whatever it is, then that applies to so many other artists.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm not disagreeing with that.
It's like, is she really? Because she's better than a lot of these mumble jumble. Like, at least she put something together, and you know, it's not as catchy as the best lyricists around. It's not like a Nicki, but it's not like mad basic.
Put her in a category with people that are similar. Like a lot of people, it's no different than the argument of who's the best rapper. Could Eminem be the best rapper because he's white? Well, he got to be in the top 5.
Yeah,
Right. He can rap.
Right. You know what I mean?
That's out there.
He's one of the few white people, in my opinion, that can get away with saying nigga, and he's the one white person that knows better than to ever say it. Because you never
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that
of his albums, right?
Yeah. Lyricism alone doesn't say you're gonna be a star or not.
I don't, but that was not his argument. His argument
was saying all these she get in the past, but I mean, lyricism isn't the only thing that determines how big or how small of a star you are.
So I look at her, even though it's tough, right? Because if we're talking about whole projects, right? Like 2 Chainz didn't really have a good project until Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, right? That was like, he had like 4 like pretty mediocre albums.
Yeah.
And he kind of sort of had like the same kind of rise that like Megan has had. But I think 2 Chainz is probably a better rapper just based off the strength of like his guest appearances. For somebody who's had, at least we all admit on this podcast, you know, mediocre albums, is her success, is her fame, does it match that? Now, you could say the same thing about her. She's had some guest appearances that have been off the charts, right? That have been universally acclaimed. But I don't know. Like I said, the other stuff, that's just, you know, hating ass DJ academics. But what I honed in on was the, you know, her projects aren't great, yet she still does it. I think that's where the crux of it is. And I'm not sure.
Isn't this America?
It's a
Projects aren't great, but we keep doing it.
I'll tell you this: it's an untapped market to have for a Black female artist. It's an untapped market. If there was someone if Queen Latifah was dumb attractive with a big booty, she'd still be selling albums.
Yeah. Andre Borchuk, don't forget his name, 2013. The whole market is going to Black and Latino women aged 11 to 25. If you can appeal to that demographic, which runs the internet, you're going to be straight.
Exactly.
Yeah, I always think about that. And here,
like I said, you know, is it catchy? Yep. Are you gonna remember it? Yep. Does it say shit? Nope.
Do you get through your workout? Yep.
And maybe that's okay.
I can listen to anything. I've been listening to Steve Aoki, whatever his name is. I listen to whatever. It don't matter. As long as it's moving. I don't even know what they're saying half the time. You know, this morning I did a session with DJ Cassidy Pass the Mic. I was getting cussed out by both my clients this morning because they was like, "Do you stop?" No, we're gonna keep going. So you know, it's in my wheelhouse. You know
DJ Cassidy gets $100,000 a gig. I've never.
That's it.
What does he do?
Dude,
I don't know what he does.
I can tell you this. Calvin Harris made $125 million last year. He got a residency at Hakkasan in Vegas.
But I've heard projects that he's done. Like I've seen him doing stuff. The last time I saw DJ Cassidy, he was doing El DeBarge's like birthday party or something. I'm like, okay. And on that note, I'll stop.